and it also depends on how much I spend when I am in the boutique. I try to be an open book with you guys because I feel like we don't get a lot of transparency out there. It is something that I love and hate. Hi guys, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new around here. My name is May, and today I have a first impressions on none other than the beautiful, latest, most iconic addition to my handbag collection, and that is my Hermes Kelly 25 in a tube gold hardware retourne. Guys, I am still over the moon about this piece, as you can obviously imagine. However, there are definitely a few little, I don't want to say cons, but you know, we're still adjusting, we're still getting to know each other, we're still trying to get along. I wanted to share with you guys not only my first impressions of the Kelly 25, but I also wanted to kind of do a little bit of a roundabout of my pre-spend before I got offered this piece. I will be sharing the visits that I did, what I purchased during those visits, and then also an estimate of what I spent. I'm gonna probably be rounding up just to not give you like $1,275 with 56 cents sort of numbers. I want to start off by saying that please keep in mind that everyone's Hermes journey is completely different. You hear so many different stories out on the internet, on Instagram, on TikTok, all over the place. So just because I've decided to kind of put my journey out here to share with you all doesn't mean that you have to follow these steps in order to be able to get offered or not get offered a piece. Everybody's journey is absolutely different. Everybody's boutique is different. Everybody's SA is different. You yourself will probably deal with things differently than I did, but I have always been an open book in regards to this journey. I kind of wanted it to document it, not only for me and to have the memories, but also for you guys, and to hopefully be able to help you in some sense and provide some hope that your piece will come in due time. With that being said, I do want to mention that there was absolutely no amount of money spent on ready to wear, because I feel like that's what everybody's always saying. You need to spend money on ready to wear. I did not. This time around, I also did not buy anything home related, and even though I did get one jewelry piece, it was just a jewelry piece that I felt would be timeless in my collection. Therefore, I chose to add it from their fine jewelry category, but I did not explore anything else from their fine jewelry category. However, I do want to jump really quick and talk about today's video sponsor, and that is Ideal. I have worked previously with Ideal, and I am so excited to be working with them again. For that reason, I wanted to take just a minute to share with you some very timeless pieces that I have chosen to add from Ideal, and that I think would be great pieces in order for you guys to consider adding into your jewelry collection. If it is the first time that you hear about Ideal, they focus on modular designs. Their most popular pieces are their earrings, because you do get a set of two basic simple stud earrings made out of real gold and lab-grown diamonds, and then they have a ton of additional pieces in which you can interchange and kind of add some fun to your ear stack. I personally love seeing all those really cool, chic piercings, and people can get so creative with building an ear stack. However, I do pick and choose where I get my piercings because they can be extremely painful. Let's dive into the first piece that I decided to add from Ideal, and that is their Spark ear cuff. I thought that it would be the perfect addition to my ear stack party. I think it is so dainty, but at the same time, it adds a little bit of something, which is what I'm looking for in order to interchange these pieces within my ears. And then to complement the Spark ear cuff, I decided to add the Live earring. I personally love the statement that this earring makes on my right ear, just because my other piercings are very subtle, very dainty, and then you have all this additional glitz from the Live earring in order to finish it off. Now, even though Ideal is mainly known for their modular designs in earrings, they also offer the same modular styles in their necklaces. So they have a very simple, dainty gold necklace that you can choose from, and they do have yellow gold, white gold, as well as rose gold. depending on your personal style. And then for the pendant on this particular necklace, I went with the Lena pendant. I just feel like it's so stunning and so classy. For high-end jewelry, I definitely want to splurge on pieces that I know that I can have for many, many years, and that I know that I won't get tired of them if it is a trendy piece or if it's just something that I added for one particular occasion. That's something that I really enjoy about Ideal, because with their modular designs, you have the option to interchange them depending on the occasion, depending on what you are exploring about your style for this particular year or maybe a couple of months, or also if you just want to add particular pieces that you know that you will go to over and over again, then you add those and you know that they will always be there in order for you to grab when you want a classic go-to. So I do want to thank Ideal for partnering with me again in this portion of the video. I will leave all the details of all the pieces that I added down in the description box. I will also add a coupon code, which they were very generous to give me in order to share with you guys. I also want to point out that they do have a loyalty program that you can sign up for. You basically accumulate points as you make purchases, and then you can go ahead and turn those points into various things. You can get kind of like free gifts, or you can apply them as discounts for a future purchase as well. Talking about Ideal, I just kind of wanted to pinpoint that you kind of pick and choose where it is that you add from Hermes categories, and in my opinion, their fine jewelry can definitely be a little bit overpriced for what you are getting. You can definitely find dainty fine jewelry pieces elsewhere at a little bit more of an affordable price and still get great quality from it. All that being said, I definitely love exploring all of Hermes's category, and I have added pieces from a variety of their categories, which I feel comfortable spending my money on. So let's get into the pre-spend of the things that I did purchase before getting offered my second quota bag. I started off with adding a jewelry piece, and that was right after I got offered my Birkin 25. So I didn't do any post-spend that same day. I honestly had no idea that that was a thing. I literally got my bag. I was so excited. I went in to get some nail polishes, and I ended up adding an extra twilly that I saw that I liked. And that's pretty much all I bought with my bag offer that first time around. So then a few months passed by, and then I decided to go into the boutique to visit my SA again. I have all of the details written down, you guys, so let me go ahead and pull them up in order for me to be as detailed as possible. All right, so then that second time that I went in, I ended up adding the wedding band, and guys, I love this little piece. Again, it's a very classic, timeless piece that I know I can wear over and over again and I don't get tired of it. I wear this all the time. I love how good it looks paired next to my Justin Clue ring. So for me, that was honestly one of the best purchases in order to lead me to my next quota bag. In that same visit, I did get a nail polish. Obviously, I feel like I cannot visit Hermes and not get a nail polish. And then I also got a Kelly Click bracelet, as well as I ordered a Kelly belt in the gold on gold. In that visit, I spent about $3,400. Okay, moving on to our second visit, and I'm not going to be sharing the visits that I did to Hermes abroad. We all know that those don't count towards pre-spend, so I'm not going to get into those details. I will just be sharing the times that I visited my local boutique and that I dealt with my personal SA. Next visit was about $2,900, and that included a twilly. It also included my Santorini sandals in the color Etude, 2 pair of sandals. I added the island sandals. I wanted to get them for 1, my mom, and 2, my mother-in-law. So I ended up getting a pair for each of them. And in that visit, Rudy also added a pair of espadrilles. We were heading over to Doha later on that year, and I kind of felt like those shoes would be perfect for that trip. So I convinced him, he liked them, so he ended up getting them. During that same trip, which is not included in that $2,900 that I mentioned, he also got a pair of dress shoes that we did have to order. However, when he received them and tried them on, he didn't like how they looked. They were actually a little bit too wide for him. So we ended up going back to the boutique in order to return them. However, while I was there, I was chatting with my SA, and on my way there, I was kind of telling Rudy, hey, I think I want to explore an Evelyn. I think it'll be a cute little bag to add into my collection. So while I was there and chatting with my SA, I kind of brought up the topic. There was, I believe, a gold one out and displayed. I tried it on. I kind of loved the look of it. So I told her, how difficult are these to come across? And she's like, what color are you eyeing? I felt like a black one would be perfect just because it is more of a crossbody style bag and I didn't want to have to worry about color transfer. So I mentioned black and then she's like, give me a second. She went back and she brought out a black with gold hardware combination. So instead of returning the shoes, we actually exchanged the shoes and I ended up getting the Evelyn in the black and then 2 Twillies as well. So that visit ended up being about $2,800. I want to say a couple of months later, I wanted to go in order to see if I picked up a pair of shoes for that Doha trip that we were taking, which turns out I never ended up taking those shoes to the trip, but I still wanted to add them. So we went in and I ended up adding the Legends in the color black and then I picked up a nail polish in the color Rouge Ash. I think that is my favorite nail polish from Hermes at the moment, but you guys know I'm having a moment with that color. So that was that. Again, couple of months later, and guys, I say couple of months, it's probably like a month and a half to 2 months to 2 months and a half. That's more or less how I go ahead and scatter just the time that I go into the boutique. And it also depends on how much I spend when I am in the boutique. If I get within the like $2,000, $3,000 price mark, I might take a little bit longer to visit her again just because I obviously have to replenish my spending budget. So that next time that we went in, I ended up getting the triangle scarf, which I wanted again for that Doha trip. It came in super handy. I love that scarf. And then I ended up getting 2 matching Twillies for Nugget. I love how those Twillies look on her. And then I also got a scarf ring. Once we came back from Doha, and we got back from Doha mid-October, I actually got a call from my SA and I had asked her for a bric-a-brac. So she told me that it was in. She sent me 2 photos because they had received 2 in 2 different colors. And I went for, obviously, a May color. So it is this beautiful, very neutral combination. I added a little twilly to it because I thought it would be a nice little touch. But yeah, I ended up getting this. So even though she sent me a text letting me that it was in and that she could ship it to me, I still wanted to kind of see it in person before I made her go through that mission. So I told her, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there within an hour. And then in that visit, I ended up getting the bric-a-brac. And then I also bought the Berenia perfume, which I had gotten a sample of before and I absolutely loved. So I bought one in a larger size. I believe it's a 2 fluid ounce just because I also want to use it when I travel. And since we typically travel just with a carry-on and a personal item, I needed it to be below the 3 fluid ounces. So I ended up adding those 2 pieces in that visit. That visit was about $900. And then after that, we went in again and I got 2 nail polishes. I ended up picking up the 2 new colors for fall that they released. And then I also picked up a 45 centimeter cashmere silk blend scarf. Honestly, I think the 45 centimeters is my new favorite size. I know that the 90 has so much versatility to it because you can turn them into tops. You can do so many things with the 95. With the 90, I believe. Yeah, the 90 centimeters. But the 45s are so fun, especially for me that I live in a warmer climate. There's not so much fabric, so I can play around with them and they won't make me as hot. So that visit was actually a very inexpensive visit. Even my SA, I think, was like, wow, that's it? I think she was shocked, and I honestly was shocked too. But in that visit, we literally spent less than $500, so I believe it was about $470. And then we went in, and I believe this was the last visit. No, there's actually 2 more. So that was about nearing the end of the year. We were going to Mexico City. We were going to do a New Year's Eve event in Mexico City, and Rudy wanted to find a really nice pair of dress shoes. So we went to the boutique. He picked up the Julio loafers, which are a pair of dress shoes that we needed to order, but once he got them, they fit perfect and he really liked them. He also picked up a pair of kids sneakers. I ended up picking up the Rouge Ash lipstick and lip liner combo, which I love. If you have not tried their matte lipsticks, you guys have to. They're so good. And then I also, which was the reason why we had gone into the boutique initially, picked up a 100 centimeter scarf. It's actually from the men's line, and it is a blend of that cashmere and silk, which I feel is so much easier to style than the all silk 90 centimeter options. But yeah, I picked that one up because I was kind of planning outfits around that color palette and I didn't have like a gray scarf to take. So that visit ended up being about $3,600. And then after we got back from Mexico City at the beginning of the year, I had seen Hermes Bon Bon share this new combination of shoes that they released, and it's like a linen fringe kind of style in the Santorini, the Oasis, and the Orans. You guys know me and the Orans just don't pair. I hate how they look on my feet. I love the Santorinis. They're so comfortable. And I also really like the Oasis. But for this one, I kind of wanted to have something that was a little bit more casual. So I went the Santorini route. I texted my SA for this one because I honestly did not want to drive over an hour to go pick them up. So I texted her and I was like, hi, I can't get these out of my mind. Do you have them in stock? She's like, yeah, I can order them for you and ship them. Perfect. That's what we did. And that was the last purchase that I made before I went in to pick up my Kelly. I have done a full Kelly unboxing story time video. I will leave that link down below just because I share there how exactly it all happened. But my total pre-spend before getting offered the Kelly was approximately $19,000. So it just comes to show you, I never do disclaimers on this channel. I'm not about to do them now. If you guys are here, you know what you're here for. You know what you're here listening. I literally told you at the beginning of the video. So I am not sharing this information to brag in any way, shape, or form. But I just want to let you guys know, because that comes to show you that that whole story of like it's a 1-for-1 or it's a 2-for-1 or a 1.5 or a 3-for-1. Guys, it varies. It varies between everybody because I feel like the boutique has a lot to do with it. The stock that the boutique receives has a lot to do with it. I spent $19,000 in a period of 1 year. Yes, but there's people that go into the boutiques and spend $19,000 in one sitting. I mean, it's the honest truth. With Hermes, you just never know. There's certain things that I look at Hermes and I'm like, what? That is the price for that? It blows my mind. So I buy first what I like, and second what I feel comfortable and what I honestly feel is reasonable for my budget and my current financial situation. Again, that varies between everyone. Okay, so I think that does it for the pre-spend portion of the video because I don't want this video to be too long. I want to get into my first impressions, which I want to make sure that I share with you guys. So let's get right into it. First of all, color is absolutely stunning. I'm so happy I went with this color and this combination. Even though that I had told my SA that I would be okay with palladium hardware, I feel like taupe and gold are just match made in heaven. I will have to point out, obviously, the top handle is absolutely incredibly comfortable. Totally different than the Birkin. I'm not going to bring her out because that is a whole nother video that I will be doing comparing both of them. So the top handle is very comfortable, fits super well, just regular like so, but you can also wear a coat or a jacket and it'll still be very comfortable. Now, let's get into the thing that I initially knew might be sort of like a little con or a little, we were gonna bump heads in regards to this, and that is the opening, you guys. So I love the Birkin just because it's a wide open space. You know, I can just throw my things in and get them out very easily. And I knew that the Kelly was gonna be a completely different child in regards to that. So I'm still adapting, completely honest, completely transparent with you guys. It is something that I love and hate, honestly, because I do love how she looks like this, but depending on the things that I have inside of her, I feel like at some point I'm just gonna stay standing with the top handle and like the bag is just gonna fall over and drop all of my things. You can see here how she tends to lean a little bit forward because of that weight. So that's something that I definitely think that should be considered. This is the size 25. So if you go bigger, keep in mind that you're gonna carry more things inside of your bag. Hence, it's going to be heavier. So I just wanted to point that out. As I said, I'm still trying to see how to go about it. I could definitely close her up, and I get all those reels that people do of why do you keep your bag open? And then they go through like a mission to close up the Kelly, and it is kind of a mission. I feel like the retourne is a little bit easier than the cellier, but it is kind of a mission. So what I've been doing is kind of just closing her up. I pull in the sangles just to pull in the sides, and then I carry her like this, and she's a cutie. I mean, she's very comfortable this way. Honestly, it's not like a deal breaker in the sense that like, oh my God, clothing her is such a headache. I do have to carry a little bit more than the norm just because I have my whole Invisalign. So when I go out, I have to remove them, brush my teeth, do all that good stuff. So that is an extra pouch that I normally wouldn't carry before. Hence why I feel like it also adds a little bit of weight to it. But yes, the opening, it's still something that I'm trying to get used to, that I'm still playing with regardless. All that being said, I'm in love. I knew that it was gonna be a completely different bag than my Birkin. I just love this style. I feel like it's so elegant and so classy. I really like the fact that I went with the size 25 because, let's be honest, for the price point of this little piece, I definitely wanted some versatility. I wanted to be able to use her during the day, and I also wanted to be able to include her on my night out looks, and she does that extremely well. Quick side note, crossbody strap is actually okay, but it's still a little bit high, and I like my crossbodies to hit me high. However, I still feel like it's a little bit high. I do have a strap coming in from Etsy. It has not yet arrived, so I definitely will share that probably in another video. But I do want to wear her crossbody just because I do think this size in particular sits on me super, super cute crossbody. I think that does it for this kind of roundup of what I spent before I got offered my Kelly. If you guys have any questions in regards to the Kelly itself or just my pre-spend or my Hermes journey overall, let me know in the comment section. I try to be an open book with you guys because I feel like we don't get a lot of transparency out there, and I want to be as transparent and as honest as I possibly can be. Again, I want to take a quick minute to thank Ideal. Make sure that you check out the description box below in order to see all of the pieces that I added, and also to explore Ideal's page. I am more than sure that you will find a particular piece for you that you can add into your collection and that you will be able to wear over and over again and incorporate with your personal style. Thank you to each and every one of you for hanging out with me today, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Bye everyone.